Today we'll have a look at a pen by this brand. I haven't reviewed that many of these, but this is a Franklin-Christoph pen, and I really like this packaging. I have reviewed them before. I didn't see this packaging. I don't know if it's new, but I really like it. Simple white box, some stuff in it, business cards, cartridges, black and blue, and a warranty card. Now, that's not cool. What I like is that the pen comes in a little leather pouch, and yes, judging by the smell, that is actual leather. It's lined. Well, I'm actually no. I think that's no. I think it's lined. It's not. No, it is lined. It's not the leather. Nice, soft, smooth finish. I really like it. The model we're talking about, I have reviewed before, but not in this finish. This is the model 66 Stabilis, and this one's particularly interesting because it is the antique glass finish, the Coca-Cola bottle, etc. People seem to really like this. It is a very light green tint, and it has a little bit of texture to it. I think it's a very neat bottle. So, Franklin-Christoph sent this over. That's wonderful. Thanks a lot for that. And I'm very excited to be able to review this because I know a lot of people are very interested in this pen. So, I'm going to cover the past the pen, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. Top of the cap, nothing, no finial, nothing really special. Clear cap, you can see the nib there. And then you have a large, long body, which as you can clearly see can be eyedropper filled, which is always interesting. A bit of plastic there. The cap unscrews, you see the section. Hourglass shaped. Very nice in this model. I've always found that the threads are on top there, so you don't feel them here. You do feel the barrel, that's definitely sharp. It's a sharp ridge. And then you have the steel nib. It's laser etched, so laser engraved with the Franklin-Christoph logo. And it has the B for broad on there, even though it's no longer a broad nib, because this was a Mike Masayama custom grind. The feed, nothing fancy there. This is a large pen. It's bigger. If you really want to, you can post it, although it's not really necessary with such a big pen, I would say. And of course it's a bit desk pen-like. Now the story of this pen model is that these were tester pens. Franklin-Christoph had out at pen shows where you could try all their nibs, extra fine, etc. But people liked them so much that they turned this into a production model, the model 66. So it has a bit of a desk pen feel with that long barrel, that elongated tip. And what I really like about it, I'm not really recording this behind a desk, but I'll show you this on a box that I happen to have here, is that this side of the barrel has a flat facet which has the model and name on it, so it says Franklin-Christoph model 66. But because it's flat, you can put it down and it won't roll off your desk. I'm moving quite a bit there and it won't roll off. That's really nice. Just dropped it. That's really nice, and I think that makes for a very stable pen, hence Stabilis in the model name. But it's cool because you hardly even notice it. Even if you look at it from the side, they've done it very subtly, so you don't really see a big dent, or it's not super flat. You've really made a nice facet that's cut out of there, and I really like that. Okay, what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, of course, the special thing here is that antique glass finish. I'm going to be honest here. I am not blown away by it. It's nice by all means, but people seem to have gone completely ballistic over this, and I don't think it's that spectacular, but it does look nice. It has a bit of texture to it. It looks cool. I agree on all of that, but that would for me not be a reason to buy this pen. As I said, I like the threads at the top of the cap. The pen caps quickly, uncaps quickly, and you don't feel the threads because the threads are in front of your fingers as opposed to behind them, where they usually are. I love the size of the pen. It's a nice big pen without being super heavy, big ink capacity if you eyedropper it, and of course with a clear model like this, that is extra fun. You can even use, given it's flat, you can even use it as a level. So it's all very neat, multifunctional pen. Just kidding. And you have the nib. Now this is a cursive broad. that Mike Masayama does. When you order a pen from Franklin-Christoph, you can have Nibmeister Mike Masayama grind it into a specific set of options, so you get a customized nib that writes the way you like it. You do pay a little bit extra for that, but I definitely think it's worth it to have a Nibmeister Junior pen, because you know when you get this it's going to write, and it's going to write well. And I think that's a very neat thing that Franklin-Christoph does. That more companies should do that, I think. So there you have it. Things I don't like about it. Well, first of all, my apologies. I was wrong. I had not noticed that before, but there is something on the finial. It's just very hard to see. There is the Franklin-Christoph logo. So apologies for not noticing that before. It's so subtle that I just missed it when I looked at it the first time. It really has to catch the light. That's neat. Flat bits there. Top and bottom are completely flat. But things I don't like about it. Well, there isn't that much. This model is not for everyone. And it's not for everyone because it's quite long. If you have very small hands, that could be a bit uncomfortable, I guess. One of the issues with this is that it doesn't really fit a lot of pen pouches very easily, because, I mean, look at a normal size pen. This is a Diplomat, and then look at this pen. It's really quite long. So that may be an issue, but not necessarily, because you do get a little cute leather pouch with it, and the pen fits in there perfectly fine. And, you know, you can put in a second one, maybe even a third one if it's a smaller pen. So you definitely get that, which is very neat. Now let's talk about the price a bit. These are pens that are made by hand, as far as I know. I'm just quickly checking here. Yes, the price is $189.50 if you take one of those Masayama nibs, and otherwise with a regular steel nib it's $169.50. There's also a gold nib version which is $259.50. And if you want to have that Masayama tune, it's $279.50. Now, I think $279.50 with a gold nib for this may be a bit steep. I mean, you're basically buying a tube, and there's nothing really spectacular going on either in metal, in finish or in filling system, or I mean, it's just this. So with a gold nib, that price would give me some pause. With a steel nib, given that it's also tuned by Mike Masayama for say $190, I think that is not bad. Bear in mind that a Nibmeister also charges for his services. If you meet him at a pen show, you would probably pay about $20 to have a nib stubbed or italicized, something like that. So I think that's a fair price, and then I think this is definitely worth it, especially given how well it writes, given how comfortable it is. I think that's definitely worth it. So there you have it. Thanks again to Franklin-Christoph for sending me this pen. I appreciate it. Measurements of the pen, as well as high-resolution pictures, will be on the website, sbrebrown.com. We need to do a writing sample. That's coming up next. I hope this was useful so far, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, here we go with the Franklin-Christoph. I'm not going to bother writing down the Stabilis, Model 66. So the ink is the Franklin-Christoph Spanish blue, and as you can see, I think Nibmeister Mike Masayama did a nice job on the nib, because it does give a nice amount of line variation. So I really like that. You definitely get some. I'll show you more about that in a sec. Do some fast writing. As you can see, it keeps up well. It doesn't skip, so nice consistent ink flow. The wetness, it's Rhodia paper, and you can see it's quite wet. Now as to that line variation, because of the grind on the nib, this is the same amount of pressure. You see there's definitely some nice fun to be had with this nib. You can add some pressure as you write, and the tines will spread open a little bit, but you don't really need that, because it is supposed to be an italic nib, so it does actually have that line variation, which I think is very, very nice. So I think that's very neat. Thank you to Franklin-Christoph for sending over the pen. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.